Hello, Sandra Bale here with Butterflies and Angels. I apologize, I've been a little behind on talking with y'all on doing readings because, as you know, my mother-in-law, who lives with me and we take care of her, she's in her 90s and she is now on hospice. So I've been a little bit busy, but I will do my best to still stay in contact with you. I've already cleared our space, and this is going to be our collective reading for next week. And for some reason, I was pulled to pull out the Romance Angel cards, and it's a deck by Doreen Virtue, and it's a beautiful deck. All of the stuff has beautiful pictures and the nice gold trim, but we're gonna, instead of doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday one card for Monday and Tuesday, one for Wednesday and Thursday, and one for the weekend, we're just gonna kind of let spirit guide here. And of course, I've protected us so that only, you know, um, beings of the highest light, vibration, and love can enter the gate, and only deliver messages of from the highest light, vibration, and love for only our highest and best intentions. So this is for the collective. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And please, angels, show us what this person needs to know in their romantic relationship, or if they're looking for a romantic relationship. Okay, this one wants to come. And this is passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So, even if you're not with somebody right now, do things that you enjoy, that bring out your passion and that make you happy. And that can lead towards feeling good about yourself, which is the best way to attract someone. Or if you're in a relationship, spend some time being passionate with each other and just enjoying each other. Maybe express how you really feel. We don't often say things like that enough. So this would be a great time to do that and follow the leadings towards that. Okay, so let's see what else they have for us. What does this person need to know? And what do they need to hear? And I thank you so much for watching. Typically, if you have found me, then this is something that you are meant to hear. So, okay. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Now, if you just started, having an interest in someone or things of that nature, this may not be the right person for you. It could also be, something like with a job or with a decision you are trying to make, that it's just not a good fit and it's time to move on, and that's okay. It's not worth getting upset about. Things happen for a reason and lead us to where we need to be. So if you people focus on the person that they want, and they want these qualities, and they want this and this and that, but when you are not in a relationship, that is the perfect time to work on yourself. And the best way to draw in the person that you want is to become the best version of yourself. If your vibration is way down here, you're not going to attract someone who's way up here. So be true to yourself. Spend time, researching and thinking about what you do really like and how you want your life to be, and finding someone that will fit in and complement that, and that support you and you can support them, and to have a very good life together. I would even suggest it would be a great idea and people have talked about this. It was on the Oprah show years ago, and it really has worked for a lot of people. But sit down and make a list of exactly what you want in your partner. Someone who's funny, someone who's this, who's that, who, for if it's important to you, doesn't drink, doesn't go to strip clubs, or, if that's a thing for you. If it doesn't bother you, then you wouldn't need to put that on there. But just the qualities that you are wanting in your significant other. And then after you've done that, maybe take a look at yourself and make another list on things that you need to work on for yourself. We all have issues and ways that we could improve, and sometimes that's just a matter of having more self-esteem. If you don't feel like you're good enough for this person, then why should they feel like you're good enough for them? So it really is about doing the hard work, the deep work, the soul work, and dealing with your past issues with relationships maybe that didn't work out. And another list you could write is, and I know I'm all about the list, but I mean, when we write, that's the best way to get in touch with our feelings. And so maybe even go into how what you learned from past relationships and the mistakes you made and the mistakes the other person made, and what you can learn from that, so that you're not bringing that same kind of energy into the next relationship. And even if you are in a relationship, you can still always work on these things, and you can work on things, you know I would prefer that my husband acted this way, and you could pray for that or ask for that if you want more romance, or if you don't feel supported in certain things, to bring it up. But also take a look at whatever you're seeing in them. A lot of times is a mirror of how you're being with them. So if you want them to be more supportive to you, you need to be supportive to them, and that type of thing. So it works both ways, and it's you got to work on yourself as well before you can expect to find Prince Charming, um, and have it be a good fit. So the last one we have here is worth waiting for. This is a very hard thing to do, but it is very important. Divine timing is at work in your life right now. So, if you got something that's, unrequited, unreturned love, it just may be that it's not the right time. Maybe they have someone else that they've got to go through and learn something from this other person before they'll be ready for you. Or maybe they have other issues that they're working on in themselves. Maybe they've got a lot of stuff going on in their life right now, and they just don't have time. So divine timing is so important with everything. Like right now, I am happily married, and I'm taking care of my husband's mother, but it would not be a good time for me to try to start a new relationship. But during those times, you can look at ways that you need to improve yourself. And there's always ways to do that. And then also to stay in the energy of gratitude. Be thankful for every little thing. I'm thankful if mom has a good day, and she's able to walk around a little more and has a little more energy. And, we had so much fun when we painted her nails and stuff. So, those kinds of things are very important. But you can look at, there's always, no matter how bad things are, there's always something to be thankful for, even if it's just the fact that things aren't worse than they are, which sometimes it feels like it couldn't possibly get worse, but it always can. So we want to make sure we stay in that spirit of gratitude. And then again, with divine timing, this is so important. And things that, like when you're in traffic, and you got stuck in traffic, and you're going to be late for work now, and oh my gosh, blah 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 blah. How about if you stop and take a breath and think about the fact that God could be protecting you from something? Maybe if you drive past a certain gas station at a certain time, another car is going to hit you, but you may be being delayed so that this situation doesn't work out that way. Instead, you come through later, and that other car's already gone. So, another thing that I always try to do, and I know it can be frustrating, but if there's an accident and you hear the ambulance and stuff, and instead of focusing on, oh great, now I'm gonna be late for work and my boss is gonna be screaming at me and I got that important meeting today, maybe it would be better to think about the fact that somebody was in an accident. Somebody's life could be in danger. They might be dying. So you need to pray for the people that were in the accident. Pray for the ambulance driver that's trying to get through. And, the focus on those kinds of things, focusing on others and loving others and praying for others and focusing on gratitude brings your vibration up so much, and it makes you a much more attractive person. And speaking of that, I don't have time to deal with things. I actually went a couple of days without brushing my teeth because I just didn't have time. And so I'm putting my vanity aside, and we're still going to do the videos. Here I am, but I do hope that there is something of value for you out of this video. And if it was helpful to you, please give me a like, and please subscribe to the to my Butterflies and Angels YouTube page, so that you will be able to see all the videos. If you are ever watching me on Facebook or somewhere else, it only allows for 3 minutes for a reel. So if it cuts you off, I always post it on YouTube as well. So you can always go to YouTube and find me there and be able to see the whole thing. And by the way, it is Father's Day, so we're going to say Happy Father's Day to all those amazing dads out there. And I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day.